Guys, this is the Loyal BBN Fan Show. Is Coach Pope and this team spoiling the BBN? See, look, I had to have a reality check last night, or today, with myself. Because after the and we played horrible, and we still put up 87 points, and we played horrible. Well, I wouldn't say horrible, and we still scored 87 points. And I still was nitpicking. And as I sat and out, attitude towards it, Williams, didn't look like he was in the ball game, and, too many turnovers, and maybe we just kind of looked just going through the motions. And I found everything in the book to maybe not be truly happy about. And I had to sit back and I had to check myself, because we didn't play good and we scored 87 points. Now, as Brian, who does shows with me, would say, hey, Faith, Family, and Sports, thank you so much for joining. As Brian would say, I think you kind of have become obsessed with getting 100 points. Yes, I think we're capable of getting 100 points. Am I crazy to, to want to see that every single time we go on the floor? Maybe so. Maybe I'm reaching just a little bit. But I mean, it's our Wildcats, and look what the firepower that we got. I think we have been bamboozled. I think we have been hustled. I think we have been let down. I think we have been disappointed for so long. And now that we got something that's so good, it's just like, can it continue? Can we find a way to put up 100 points every single ball game? Nah, come on, Mike. That's just not going to happen. And when we score 87 points against a feisty, up-in-your-face Western Kentucky team who wanted to make this, this right here was their Final Four. Like, they wanted to come out on the national stage and they wanted to knock off Kentucky. Like, why can't I be happy about that? Like, I'm just, look, maybe you're not spoiled, but maybe I'm starting to get spoiled a little bit with Wildcats, and maybe it's not fair. So if I can publicly go live and just nitpick, then I feel like that I could just go publicly. I feel like that I can go publicly and that I could apologize for me just not being grateful. So Thanksgiving is around the corner, and I want to wish each one of you guys a happy Thanksgiving from the Loyal BBN Fan Show, from my family to your family, from Bryant's family to your family. I just felt like it was like I had an obligation to come live and just apologize for just not being grateful for what we have this year. And look, I'm probably not the only person that feels this way. I'm probably not the only person who feels like every time we go on the court, I want to score 100 points. I just do. Like, I want to be the #1 scoring team in the nation. Shoot me for that if you want to. Call me crazy, but I just want to see our Cats hang 100 every single ball game. So I feel like this game wasn't terrible, not great, but it laid the foundation to our weaknesses, or to a lesser team. Pope would be able to use this tape for sure. I think so too as well. So Donald Cundiff, thank you so much for joining. Afy, thank you for joining. Faith and Family, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I see you tighten up. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you guys for all joining. This right here was definitely a spur of the moment. Look, sometimes when you feel in your heart that when you just haven't been grateful, I think, and when you just play that publicly, then I think you have to go publicly and apologize for not being grateful for what Coach Pope and the team is doing for the fan base and doing for the excitement. And that's why I just jumped on right fast, because look, the Wildcats, I love my Wildcats. And, I'm truly sorry that I didn't appreciate what our Wildcats is doing this year. And I'm sitting here nitpicking. So, guys, my apologies, because I'm so excited about the possibilities of what this team can be this year that it's completely blowing my mind right now. And it is unrealistic to think that we should go out every single night and put up 3-digit numbers on the scoreboard. Why not? It's Kentucky. Look at the shooters we got. We're never going to, you know what I'm saying? Well, last night we hit 8 3-pointers, which we'll fix it. You know, some teams don't hit 8 3-pointers in 2 games. So we learn, and happy Thanksgiving, BBN. I agree, and that's why I wanted to come and I wanted to say so my question is, as I said in the beginning of the video, is Coach Pope in this and this team spoiling the BBN? Do you feel spoiled about what we're seeing from this team? And if we don't, and if you don't, I guess, and if you don't maybe feel like maybe the Cats played well last night, because look, I see the comments, okay? I see the comments on Facebook about, different groups or whatever. We didn't play like, I always ask the question at halftime thoughts, first half thoughts against whatever team we playing. And I look at them, and a lot of people said we didn't look like we was really out there tonight. We looked sluggish, and so I wasn't the only one. But I have to feel grateful because Coach Pope is here, and the culture of the Kentucky Wildcats is going back around to the way that it's supposed to be. So I just need to be grateful. I'm glad. Derek says, and I agree with you too as well. Derek says, I'm glad we had that kind of game against WKU. Can't win all games, just making threes. And we had to grind it out. And I agree with you, Derek, 100%. And thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you, bro. I agree to you absolutely. We had to figure out a way when we only was going to hit 8 3-pointers. How else do we score? So we didn't rely on the 3 points. We did get 29 points from the foul line, which we should have had at least 40. Like our free throw shooter. But look, I'm not going to nitpick on this show because this is an apology show, and this is a chance for me to say I'm thankful for Kentucky basketball being back in the front runner. Gonzaga went down tonight. Basketball is crazy right now. Basketball is up. It really is play the game to win. You win by 1, you win the game, you move on. NIL has made basketball where it's getting even across the board. And I love that what it's doing. So when Kentucky can get a win, look, Big Mike, I just need to be quiet and just enjoy the victory. I don't need to be nitpicking about, well, we didn't look like we was doing. Amari had 6 turnovers. I just need to enjoy it. So Tighten Up puts last night wasn't our best to score 87 points when our shots aren't falling. It's really good. That's my point. So why can't I be grateful for that? Why come I can't just be excited that we was able to score 87 points in a night where we just wasn't doing it? And this is a reason why I just wanted to jump on for a couple of minutes. This right here was extremely spur of the moment. I believe that this game would definitely help us, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, welcome to the show. I appreciate you joining in. Derek, I got you. Tighten Up. I got you for joining. Thank you so much. Do we expect to? I don't. Let me put this up right fast. Jeff Owen says, I believe that game helps us when we play tougher teams who can defend the 3-pointer. Absolutely. I agree with you. Absolutely, Jeff. I'm all for that. But I think this is, this is Banner Willis. Thank you so much for that. I think this is a valid question. Do we expect too much now? And I think that was the attitude that I had last night after the Western game. Like I wanted 13 more points. Like I was bitter. I was bitter when we didn't score, when we had 97 points and we didn't even get 100 points. I was bitter. I want 100 points. So, it's just those it's just those things that I definitely have to be a little bit more considerate about and realize that we're not going to score 100 points every ball game. And even on the nights, as who said that? Even on the nights when we didn't shoot 3 goods, as Derek says, we didn't shoot 3s good, and we still put up 87 points. If you don't think that's something to be positive about, then maybe I shouldn't watch Kentucky anymore. But I'm thankful for the team that they got. I'm grateful for Pope this year, but. Let's see, what's it say? Chat it if you. Let's see. We seen some, I believe. Where's that at? Oh, right here. I'm gonna see what Jeff put up. Jeff, Heithoff. Hope I said that right. My apologies if I screwed it up. I'm grateful for Pope and this team, but worried about who would guard Broom from Auburn. Oh, we'll figure him out. We're gonna figure him out. Believe me. Every time he plays us, it's something about playing Kentucky. He doesn't have his best ball games. So we'll figure him out. And I think Williams is up to the challenge, and I think Garrison is up to the challenge too. But I respect him though. And when I tell you this dude is playing like he's gonna be a guy that's gonna be on the Naismith watch list just by the way he's playing and just because he's helping his team win the games that they are. So I'm definitely not downplaying who he is, but we'll figure him out. Absolutely. And we're just gonna get better before we play him. A win is a win. Tammy, that is why I did this show. It's because a win is a win any way we can get it. So because I was ungrateful last night, Tammy, and I'm not sure if you watched the show last night when we beat Western on my postgame show, but I was a little ungrateful. So if you go back and watch it, you'll see. So this is kind of like a follow-up to an apology for how I may acted on the show. But anyway, I'm just happy that we got the win, and any way that you can get the win, you take it. And I think that's the biggest thing that we take away for that. AFI, let's see. Chat, if y'all not seen it, Coach Bryce breaks down our WKU game extremely well. I learned a lot. Cool. I might have to go. If there's a link or something, chat, if you're not seeing it, Coach Bryce breaks down. Okay, so I need to go watch it so I can learn too. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that piece of information. I thank you. That means a lot. This team will be very dangerous come March. Big Blue Cat, thank you for joining in. I appreciate you. Throw this comment up there for you. That this team will be very dangerous come March. It will be, and I think because we're so ready for March, because we're so ready to redeem ourselves, that maybe we want everything to be perfect. Well, I mean, I don't want to say we. Maybe I was hoping that things would be more perfect, and we only 6 games into the year, which is totally unrealistic of a thought to have. Each ball game, we're going to get better. And like I said before, even before we play Western, it's funny because what I said about Western is I hope we get challenged, and then we got to find a way to win the ball game. And we got challenged, and I still wasn't happy because I was disappointed. But we got the W, and I think that's the biggest. I think that's the biggest takeaway from all of this right here is we found a way to win, even when people say, "Well, what you gonna do if the 3 is not falling?" Well, we did look pretty good. I mean, we only got 27 points out of our 87 points from 3-pointers. So I'm just saying, actually, not even 27 points. We got 24 points. Sorry about that. My math was off a little bit. We got 24 points out of our 87 points. So we found a way to score the basketball. We got to the rim like we needed to. And I think at the end of the day, I think that's the most important thing is that the Wildcats look like they are a team to be reckoned with, and they look like they are a team who is poised to each game make a difference than what they was before. They're being a better person than they was the day before. It only gets tougher from here on. It gets really tough from here on, Jeff. And I thank you for that comment. I totally agree with you 100%. Absolutely, that it only gets better. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm just wondering, have you guys had a chance to come over and hit the subscribe button on my YouTube page? If you haven't, would you consider just West Virginia beat them tonight. If you're watching on Facebook, would you consider going to my YouTube page and hitting the subscribe button if you haven't already? It's the same name and everything. I'm using a streaming program that I can stream to YouTube and other platforms all at one time. But for my post-game shows, I only stream the post-game shows from my YouTube page, and I would love for all of you guys to be a part of that every time we do a post-game show as well. So thank you guys so much. I know this is a very extremely short live. My lives are usually not this short, but I just wanted to come on and I just wanted to apologize for my behavior, my lack of being grateful. Matt Short, thank you so much for a lack of being grateful for our Wildcats and what they're doing. And even though they didn't have a big game, we still put up 87 points. So I got something to definitely be thankful for. Also, I'm putting together a a ACC SEC challenge show that I'm going to do it. So I'm trying to round up. I'm hoping to have a guy from Tennessee, a guy from Auburn, a guy from Bama for the and of course I'll be for Kentucky or whatever. And I'm also trying to find a guy from North Carolina. I'm going to get Savvy. I'm going to get Chris Savage for Duke, and hopefully it looks like Wake Forest is probably one of the better teams in the SEC, in the ACC this year. So I'm trying to find a Wake Forest fan. So we all going to come here. Hopefully we can do a live if I can put it together, and we'll be able to talk about the upcoming ACC SEC challenge coming up next week. That right there should be a lot of fun. I don't think Kentucky got exposed, Matt. I mean, I think the thing about it is that Western really played us well, but we still scored 87 points. And last night, I think because I was nitpicking on the show, Matt, I think I'm not sure if I really appreciated not scoring threes, but still find a way to put up 87 points. And that's why I wanted to come live tonight, so I can just apologize and just say that I'm grateful that our Wildcats look they're older and they look better. They look more mature as far as a team, and we're going to find ways to win ball games, even when our three-pointers are not falling. Free throws and inside game is the only things that worry me. To me, it's free throws. I think our inside game is going to continue to get better as well too. But yes, we definitely got to improve on our big game. But in big games, when we have big games when free throws really matter, that scares me. Which means because not like some of our key guys are not very good at shooting free throws, which means we got to rely on other guys, Those look, if Butler can't hit free throws, how do you leave him in the ball game when free throws are so vital? But we need him on the defensive side of the ball. Williams, if he can't hit free throws, how are we going to leave him in the game at the end of the game if we need a stop? But also we got to shoot foul shots. It's, hopefully it doesn't come down to that very often, but it will come down to that. It's going to come down when free throws matter. And it's just a matter of Coach Pope going to have to make some tough decisions about who do I put in the ball game. But I believe that whoever he puts in the ball game, he's smart enough, and the coaches over there are smart enough to understand that these guys are our best shot at getting a stop and also hitting free throws, because we're going to get fouled, and we know that. So I believe in Coach Pope is definitely going to figure that out. I wanted to stay in front of Kentucky's got to want to stay in. I think they're going to get this fixed. I really do. We didn't get exposed. Just the opposition is getting a little tough. That's a. Let me put that up for Jeff right there, because I think that's a. Let me see. I think that's a good point for Jeff. Jeff said we didn't get exposed. Just the opposition is getting a little tougher, and that's okay. Jeff, thank you so much for that, because you're 100% spot on. I think that's exactly what it is, and that's something that we're just going to have to expect. The competition is, look, all the little games. Once we get through with Georgia State, I think that's it, because the next game after that is Clemson. And before you know it, the year is over. We're rolling into SEC play, and it's going to be a gauntlet from there on out. So all these, Georgia State, we should go in and work out some kinks, get some things situated, figure out how we can improve wherever that's at, and then get ready for a hard schedule from there on out. But I feel like our guys are ready as well too. Tighten Up says, let me see. Tighten Up said, I like that Amari kept playing hard and had a good second half after really struggling in the first half. I think it was his body language in the first half that was just kind of like, a turnover, whatever. But I think he picked himself up, and I think that's just the maturity of the guys, and I think that's a testament of the coach and other teammates, not just the coaches, but the other teammates not letting their players put their heads down and get down just because they're not having the best half or the best ball game. You find another way that you can contribute to what we're doing, because we're going to need you down the stretch every single ball game. And I think that's just a testament of how much our guys really care about each other, and that's big too. C-Wigs, hey, thanks for the show. Welcome for joining in. See, we got an older and smarter team that we used to get by. We used to get beat by in the last few years, and that's gonna play a big role down the stretch too as well. It's just having these older guys and knowing how to close out ball games. That's going to be the crucial point in all of this. So thanks, C-Wigs. I appreciate it as well. So, guys, I got to get ready to go to work and everything, but I just want to jump on and just apologize for my lack of being thankful for the last ball game. I appreciate it. So Kentucky football plays Louisville at 8 o'clock at night my time. If I decide to watch that ball game, then I'm going to be up from 8 o'clock until the very next day at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm struggling with that decision. But we also play Georgia State, which comes on at 3 o'clock in the morning my time. So I don't know which game to watch. So I got to figure that out so I can do a post-game show or whatever. But I think they had Turkey Day on their mind, except for Kerr. I think so, too. I think that's true. But, hey, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that like button if you can. I'll see you guys after either the Louisville or the Georgia State game. Carr would be your best big man, free throw shooter at the end of the game. Carr is good. Carr would definitely be one of the guys. Carr would definitely be one of the guys that's going to be in the ball game because we can definitely count on him for definitely making free throws. But happy Thanksgiving from my family to your family. 2024, I am truly thankful for all of you guys. You guys have taken the Loyal BBN Fan Show, and you guys have totally revamped it, and you guys just made it something that I never thought that it would be. And because of you guys, I am thankful for you guys' support. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. From my family to your family, happy Thanksgiving, and go Cats.